We have the current stock market update for AMC Entertainment Holdings Incorporated, stock ticker AMC. Before we begin, if you find this educational material to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we can see here is this is a 30-minute price chart. So each candle on this time frame represents a 30-minute trading period. And as we can see here, we are starting to see some upward price movement for AMC. Recently, this has started to break above resistance levels, which were previously found at $4.65. So this is a somewhat significant development here. And we will be looking at the possibility here that share prices will be able to continue moving higher. In my view, a lot of this upside is being driven by the kind of general tone for this part of the market. We are also seeing some fairly significant declines some fairly significant movements higher in GameStop. As well. And I do suggest that people take a look at the video that I just posted for GameStop because there are some sort of key levels there, key levels in that stock that are being tested as well. So currently what we're looking at here, as I said, is a break of prior resistance, which came in at $4.65. This is significant here because we're now starting to come into contact with this 200 period exponential moving average on the 30-minute price chart. So that would be this blue line here. So overall, we are looking at a fairly significant price zone at the moment because there's a confluence here between the 200 period EMA and the 50% Fibonacci retracement of this major declining move lower. So currently, what we're really looking at here is this major descending move from 501 to 436. At the moment, this is the dominant trend move, at least from the near term perspective. So in order to get a break above that 50% retracement level would be significant. We're not there yet, and we are starting to see a little bit of a slowdown in momentum into that resistance area. But that does not mean that we can't close above there, and that is really the kind of key question here going forward. Will this stock be able to close above these two technical signals? And really what that would require would be a move above $4.70. If we could see a daily close above that region, then you're probably looking at a fairly strong trading week here for this stock. And that's significant because anybody that's long this stock or anybody that's familiar with how the stock trades, we have seen some fairly significant declines here recently, and some major support zones are being tested here, some major long-term support zones, because we've already broken through this prior 441 support zone, and we're now going right back to this 432 level, which would be found during the June 25 trading session. So we didn't quite reach that exact same level. We did hit 436, but when you're within 5 cents, you can't really be exact about all of these support zones. Anything within 5 cents is usually considered to be an acceptable retest. And as we can see here previously, when this 432 level was seen previously, we did see some fairly major price spikes in the upward direction. So, that doesn't necessarily mean that it will happen again. But what we do know is that it has happened in the past. So it's certainly not impossible to see share prices then move back toward 575, which was a very major level of resistance from there. So, overall, that is really the question at this point. Did we find a bottom at 436? Does that qualify as a retest of 432? I mean, it's not exact, but it is very close. And, if we're looking at these near-term technical signals, really what we're looking at here at the moment is $4.70. I mean, I know that a lot of attention tends to get focused on that $5 level. I don't really put much importance. I don't really see much importance in those psychological levels unless we've got some reason to believe that there's maybe options selling or buying in those types of areas, $5, $10, $100, and that does happen. But for the most part, if we're not seeing that type of activity, major short selling activity, then we really do need to look at the chart signals themselves in order to get a sense of whether or not we're actually moving higher. And this is a major inflection point here because if we did, for example, see a failure here and then maybe a break below 436, you would then be breaking several levels of support to the downside, and that would be a very negative development for this stock. So, this is sort of a make or break moment here for AMC, in my opinion. I mean, if we don't really see share prices move higher here, I do think that there could be a sustained period of weakness for this stock. So, really, if you're bullish on the stock, what you want to see is a daily close above $4.70. At least that puts that $5 mark back in the crosshairs. And then if you can move back above 501, that prior resistance level seen back here, this would be the September 16 trading session. At least then, you can start to see some sentiment start to turn in the market at that point. I think you could start to see people get a little bit more enthusiastic about what's going on. So, overall, this might seem like a small movement to the downside. 65 cents, it doesn't seem very important. We are dealing with a $5 stock, 450 $5 stock. So in percentage terms, it's not insignificant. But, I do think that we're trading at a bit of an inflection point here as far as this stock is concerned, because if we do start to see some near term failures here, and then a break below that $4.36 level, I think this stock is in major trouble for quite a while. I think that the only hope that this stock has of really starting to see some upward direction here currently rests at this $4.70 mark. If we see a break above there, the first level to watch is the 61.8% fib retracement, which is seen at 476. And then if you see a break above there, then the probabilities suggest that you will then see a full retrace of this entire move, and that you would then be able to see all of these losses back into $5 recovered. And then there are going to be real questions again about what happens at that $5 mark. Do we see short sellers start to emerge at that point? Are we able to break above there and finally sort of remove $5 as a level of resistance? Those are all questions that are going to need to be asked later. I don't really think that we're at that point at the moment. There's a real test here about what has to happen for this stock, because these recent price moves that have been seen in the downward direction, very dangerous from a long-term perspective, because you're starting to break through some major support zones from a very long-term viewpoint. So here's the current market update for AMC Entertainment Holdings, stock ticker AMC. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.